Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and this is Reggae Boyz Commentary. In this edition of Reggae Boyz Commentary on Wednesday, I would like to show something for you from a different perspective. Now, there is something that all of us have in common as human beings, where there's something that we adore, we have a passion for, and there are things that we collect as well. And for me, something that I collect in regards to Reggae Boyz memories is the ticket stubs of matches. Not only the ticket stubs, but also pictures as well, and also accreditations going to matches. So I'm going to show you what I have collected since the first match that I attended in 2003, supporting the Reggae Boyz. So if you don't mind, let me show you what I do have in store for you all. So you see here, all of this that I have right here are either ticket stubs, I have accreditation, and in addition to that there are match programs as well. So the first match that I went to support the Reggae Boyz was in 2003. I was in grade 3 at that time, and it was the Gold Cup qualifiers for the 2003 CONCACAF Gold Cup, and it was Jamaica versus Martinique at the National Stadium. It was it was a very interesting day because my parents sent out to get the tickets, and the person that was getting the tickets got bleachers even though we had requested a grandstand ticket. So it was a bit of a chaotic day, but eventually got through. And I remember that encounter to the T where Martinique scored 2 goals in the first half, we struck back, and in the dying seconds of the match, this man, Claude Davis, scored for us to make it a 2-2 draw against Martinique after Jose Garon and Patrick Persin gave Martinique the early 2-goal lead. Eventually we did make it to the CONCACAF Gold Cup that year, where we advanced to the quarterfinals before losing to Mexico 5-0 on that occasion. The second match I went to also came in 2003. It was a friendly match in preparation for the Gold Cup, where we played Nigeria, the Super Eagles, at the National Stadium. We won that encounter 3-2, and Andy Lowe scored for us, Jermaine Teddy Johnson. The Nigerians struck back, and Nwanu Kanu equalized for the Nigerians, and late on, through Andy Williams in the dying minutes of the match, again helped us to get that 3-2 victory at the National Stadium. The 2003 CONCACAF Gold Cup, it was very coincidental, you could say, on this part, because I was on summer holidays and family and I were in the United States, Florida to be exact, and Jamaica's group was in Miami, the Orange Bowl Stadium in Florida. So this was the first match that I ever watched on US soil, well, outside of Jamaica, you could say. Tickets were sold at a Jamaican restaurant called Janet's in Fort Lauderdale, and I was really happy to be at the match on this occasion. Very different atmosphere to that in Kingston. So this was the Gold Cup match. I went to Jamaica versus Colombia. We lost 2-1 on this occasion. In this match, it was very hot in the Orange Bowl Stadium in Miami, but it was still a wonderful experience. And we beat Guatemala a few days after that. I believe it was 2 days later, where Andy Lowe scored and it was a penalty kick from Andy Williams, and we got to the quarterfinals of the tournament. So this was another pleasant memory. Upon returning to Jamaica that same year, after the Gold Cup, we had a friendly match against a select team from Brazil's 1994 World Cup squad, a lot of veterans, and we won that match 2-1 on that occasion as well. The Brazilians took the lead through Bebeto, and we won the match 2-1, and Claude Davis again got on the score sheet for us on this occasion. Going into 2004 now, this is the first match that I ever watched Jamaica lost at the National Stadium, where we lost 2-1 to Panama. Adamani Ralph gave us the equalizer there, and this was a result that, even if we had a draw, it could have helped us get to the final round of the 2006 World Cup qualifiers. So this was not a pleasant memory at all for me, and I didn't go to the rest of the qualifiers that year. And there was a spell where I didn't go to the stadium for quite some time. We didn't have much matches at home after the 2004 qualifiers. 2005, early late 2004, I should say. It was the Caribbean Cup, where we won the tournament, and one of the matches at the stadium, in the second round, we beat St. Lucia 2-1 on this occasion after 1-1 in Gros Islet. So this was a good match. Roland Dean scoring in the opening 30 seconds of the match, and shortly afterward in the second half, Jermaine Hugh with a fantastic free kick to give Jamaica that 2-1 victory to take us to the third round, where we played French Guiana, beat them 5-0 at home, drew 0-0 away, got to the final round, beat Trinidad 2-1, beat Barbados 1-0, beat Cuba 1-0, and won our third ever Caribbean Cup title. Fantastic scenes indeed. 2006, I did go to the stadium. If you realize here, I just have some scraps of paper instead of the actual ticket stub, because you see what happened on these occasions where I had the ticket stubs. The ticket persons at the gate, these individuals, they took the entire ticket stub and didn't break it apart. So what I did, I just wrote on a piece of paper the match that I went to and the score. So this was a shock result in the Caribbean Cup. We didn't even get to the 2007 CONCACAF Gold Cup, where we lost 2-1 to St. Vincent. Late fight back from Roland Dean, but too little too late. Under Bora Milutinovic, 2007, we lost 1-0 to Chile. Remember, Arturo Vidal played in that encounter. I didn't have the ticket stub for that match. This was against Panama, where we drew 1-1 under Bora Milutinovic as well. Luton Shelton scoring in that match for Jamaica. This match, it was a under 17 qualifier where Deva Orjo was a captain of Jamaica under 17 team at the time. We beat the United States 3-2, and I had that feeling that, you know, we were going to go to the World Cup that year in South Korea. Played against Trinidad and we lost 1-0 thanks to a goal from Kevin Molino, and they went to the World Cup instead of Jamaica. Very unfortunate. This was a friendly match prior to the 2010 World Cup qualifiers. We beat El Salvador 3-0, goals coming from Rudolph Austin and a brace from Ricardo Gardner. 3 days later, we played Guatemala, goals coming from Ricardo Fuller and Omar Daly. Rainy day at the National Stadium, I must say, for this encounter in November 21, 2007. Can you imagine? This is almost 10 years ago. Almost 10 years ago. Wow, time does fly, I tell you. And this was Rennie Samoes' first match in charge of the team in the second spell, where we drew 1-1. Tyrone Marshall scored late for us after William Sunsing, I believe, gave the Costa Ricans that 1-0 advantage. So this is another interesting one. And look at the format of this ticket. This is 2008, right? And look at this for 2003. Same sort of format, you could say, for the tickets. Oh yeah, and this was the first time I actually sat in bleachers at the stadium. It was a very different sort of atmosphere, you know. Much more passionate crowd, and you could understand the vibes and everything like that. And it was a good experience, I think, there, to be honest. And you know, it's a learning experience, all in all, for us. In those in the 2010 World Cup qualifiers, in the group stages, where we had Mexico, where we had Bahamas, where we beat 7-0 and 6-0 respectively. We had Mexico, Canada, and Honduras at home. I went to all three of those games, where this one right here, where I beat Mexico. This was one of the best matches I ever went to at the National Stadium. Ricardo Fuller gave us the lead, and I remember it was 4 minutes of stoppage time. Those were the longest 4 minutes of my entire life. What a match that was. It was something special, I tell you. And I don't have the ticket stub for the other two games as well, where we beat Canada 3-0 and we beat Honduras 1-0, where Luton Shelton got on the score sheet in those encounters as well. I don't have those ticket stubs either. They were taken at the gate as well, and they were not broken apart. However, the 2008 Caribbean Cup, sorry, I do have those ticket stubs. This was the 2-1 victory over Barbados, where the Barbadians took the lead, and we struck back late, and Rudolph Austin scored in 9 minutes for Jamaica to give us that 2-1 victory on this occasion. And then came the Caribbean Cup final for 2008 under then head coach John Barnes. Beat Grenada 2-0 in the final, and first time I saw Jamaica lift a trophy at the National Stadium, so good atmosphere. Brilliant atmosphere there at the stadium. So that carries us to 2008. 2009 there wasn't really any matches held at the National Stadium. 2010 in January we beat Canada 1-0 in a friendly international. Luton Shelton scoring for us on this occasion as well. September 2010, this is when we played Costa Rica, beat them 1-0. Ryan Johnson got on the score sheet for us on this occasion, as you can see here. Right, so, and 2012 now, because we didn't have any home games in 2011 as we played the CONCACAF Gold Cup. 2012 we played Cuba in a friendly match in Kingston. We won 1-0, a goal coming from Georgina James on this occasion at the National Stadium. It was an Ash Wednesday on that day. And this arguably is the best match I've ever went to at the National Stadium. Not necessarily in terms of the quality of football play, but the manner in which we got the result. And just to say that I was there when Jamaica beat the United States for the first time at the senior level, it was a special moment. I lost my voice the next day. I remember those free kicks to this day from Rudolph Austin and Luton Shelton. Wonderful atmosphere, and you could see the fans running on the pitch and everything like that, so that was special. And just to fast forward just a little bit, this was a ticket stub from the Chile vs Jamaica match a few days ago. I'm not sure if the price is on this or anything, but I just found this ticket stub at the game. So this was how it would look in Chile. So you see it there. And that's basically that. You know, I have been to matches, of course, between 2011 and 2014, of course, but they're in the accreditation sort of format. So let me have a look at that. So for an example, this was World Cup qualifier versus Guatemala 2-1. This is my sort of accreditation for the game, and I have a number of them, to be honest with you. Like for an example, this one, USA game as well, Antigua and Barbuda game, the Mexico game, the Panama game and qualifiers, Nicaragua game, Costa Rica game, so Panama game. So there is a lot, and this was the one that I got actually in Chile. I did some press work there and some statistics for the team. Can you all read Spanish? Federación de Fútbol de Jamaica, Jamaica Football Federation, Prensa, Simón Preston, and all of that. And I'm going to show you some pictures. Don't mind the album, the cover of it. This was me getting an autograph from Paul Hall at the National Stadium. This is me getting an autograph from Donovan Ricketts. Yes, I was young, I know that. Very, very young at the time. This is 2001. This is Chris Dawes. And this is Dion Burton, one of my favorite players during that period of time. Fitzroy Simpson there beside him as well. So that was a pleasant squad as well. Shavar Thomas as well. Barry Hales was there as well. This is Aaron Lawrence as well, and same Chris Dawes there again. It was a pleasure. And Claude Davis, a player who I've worked with in punditry as well during the 2010 and 2014 FIFA World Cups, and he said that he actually remembered that day, so it was a good feeling when I told him on that occasion. Me and Linval Dixon, Leon Gordon there to the side as well, so pleasant memories, you could say. Taking pictures with the Reggae Boyz. And these are some match programs. some from the 2010 and 2014 qualifiers. This was before the Mexico game. As you can see here, just information on the team and things like that. Players and statistical content about them. Gives them about information like about their height, their weights, which club they played for and stuff like that. This player was a fan favorite, and he will always be a player that is in Jamaica's hearts after what he did against Mexico in that game. Celebrations after that victory against Mexico. I'm still trying to figure out who this player was. Yeah, it's Claude Davis. Yeah, quite a character, I could tell you. Good player, and it's always good to have bubbly players in the mix of your squad as well. Fuller's deciding goal. Honduras' team called up for that encounter. So yeah, little things like that. This was during the 2014 qualifiers. This was a picture taken before the Costa Rica game. This is Lloyd Doyley's debut, I think, for Jamaica. First time Adrian Maripa stood up for a picture. He's always on the bottom, but it's his first time he was at the top. That's Jermaine Beckford, Jermaine Taylor. That's Marvin. Man, it's amazing how time flies with these players. Donovan Ricketts is there as well. You also have DeMar Phillips, Rudolph Austin there, Joby McAnuff, Gareth McCleary, of course Luton Shelton there at the top as well. So, very interesting mix of players there. And his surname is Elliott, Marvin Elliott. And this was some statistical preview that I did in the program as well on the teams. And to this date, some of these records even stand. So it's clear that, you know, there's a pattern in the region, history against the teams. The US team and team manager Roy Simpson, given his experience traveling with the team as well and some of the experiences faced during these encounters. So I hope you all have enjoyed this that I have taken out from you, all the ticket stubs and everything like that. And what I would like to say to you all also is that if you do have memorabilia such as this in the form of pictures and videos, send them to me. Email to me at simeypreston@gmail.com, and your own could be featured on this channel. You know, a lot of people keep asking me, if your name is Simon Preston, why isn't your email address simonpreston@gmail.com? Well, there's more than one Simon Preston in the world, so I go into my nickname, Simey, S-I-M-E-Y, Preston@gmail.com. Still formal and all of that. So you can email me that if you have any pictures, memorabilia, wearing Reggae Boyz jerseys at matches, anything like that, supporting Reggae Boyz across the globe. Send that all to me. Email that to me, and I could put a collage together and put it on the channel to see what the fans do on match day, if they have these ticket stubs from a long period of time as well. And I'll be continuing to collect as well. So as this collection grows and grows, I'll make sure to share it with you all as well. And I do have some pictures of Reggae Boyz in recent times as well, so in the future I'll show you those pictures as well. So I hope you have enjoyed these pieces of information. I'm Simon Preston. Don't forget as well to share this video to all over the internet as well, friends, family, all over, everyone that you may know. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and to tell other people to subscribe as well. I'm Simon Preston, signing out.